$10,000 to gambling addiction, now what? Recently 18. Left with inheritance amounting to $50K-ish. Months later, after financing a car and spending thousands at the casino, I am left with $30,000 US. How can I avoid letting this money sit instead of making passive income? If your child or protege was in the same situation, what would you recommend? Gamblers Anonymous. Acceptance of problem is a good first step. Get that shit under control, or nothing you make in passive income can save you from a gambling habit. Inheritances are the worst possible thing at this young age. Get some earned income so you shove this money into tax-advantaged accounts so it is difficult to access. But really get your gambling under control. It's going to be a lifetime thing. 1. Stop gambling. Feel fortunate you only blew $10K and not $40. 2. Buy market ETF according to your risk appetite and then pretend it doesn't exist for 40 years. Recommend you forget the money exists and go learn a skill, get an education of some sort. Never gamble again. You're not going to make your money back, you'll just burn the rest in the attempt. Even when gamblers are up, most do not cash out when they should. I know this from personal experience. I'd park this in the SP 500 and walk away personally. In 10 years it should appreciate nicely. This is probably the safest way for it to grow in the stock market. You probably shouldn't try to swing trade stocks or anything like that. Stay the hell away from options. Or you could buy CDs or something. Always do your own research, dude. I would recommend they get professional help, like a therapist and/or a non-support group. Whatever you do, please do not visit Wall Street bets and put the money in VTI. Punch you in the face. This is your chance to make it work. Whoever left you that money make 'em proud. Stop spending. First rule of being rich. Don't buy meanness shit. Reddit loves ya bit, it's only a suggestion on life. Don't bet your life on an idea from Reddit. Not that it's a bad idea, but it might be a bad idea. What helps for me is accepting that there is no easy money ever. Except for heritage. It doesn't exist, you can't depend on luck. These things are made to lose more than win. The good news is that you can afford therapy. Hopefully people start realizing all these gambling commercials websites are going to lead to a lot of problems. We should be doing something to stop the freight train. You financed the car. How much car debt do you have? As a son of a gambler, I encourage you to get help with it. It is not easy, but it will save your future. Head to the closest casino and toss the $30,000 on black at the roulette table. You either double up and are on top of the world, or back to zero and don't need to worry about investing it. Or get help on the gambling and stick the money in VTI and pretend it's not there for a couple decades. Rates are good on CDs. Could create an artificial scarcity by laddering CDs while you get your gambling issues under control. Since the money will be locked up, it will prevent you from touching it. And as CDs mature, you can contribute whatever amount you earn in capital gains into a Roth. Agree with other people though. Work on yourself. Would probably Bogglehead's 3-fund portfolio and pretend it doesn't exist. Pay off high-interest debt. Put your nest egg in a HYSA. Put the rest in a Roth IRA investing account. Only buy ETFs. Get help. Stop. Get help. Stop thinking 30K is going to generate any kind of meaningful passive income for you. Especially at 18. The best thing you can do is put that shit in a 2-year CD or US Treasury bond. Never think about it for the duration of the time. And accept your 5 gain after a year or 2 of sobriety. And go to fucking school and learn shit to make a career in the meantime. Get help. One day at a time. Rehab. Counseling. Support group. Losing money isn't good, but it could also destroy your relationships and life if you don't get it under control. You can fill out paperwork at the front desk of every casino which will ban you from entering. You should definitely do that. Seconding everyone who says "Gah." I just want to point out how lucky you are to be 18 and have enough self-awareness to make this post. Trust me when I tell you. If you can get this under control and stop now, $10,000 is absolutely nothing in the long run. I have friends in their 30s that if you told them they could wipe out all their losses for $10,000, they'd jump at the opportunity. Gamblers Anonymous and therapy now. And in the meantime, buy $10K worth of I-bonds and another $10K January 1st. You won't be able to touch it for a year while you get your shit together, and it makes you money hedged against inflation. Solve your gambling problem with a therapist or Gamblers Anonymous or whatever. Then hire a CPA, financial planner, wealth manager on a fee-for-use basis and have them set you up with a brokerage and buy VU. Don't touch the money. Have quarterly or annual calls with them to keep you from doing something stupid and providing other advice. And please, don't let social media people get you to think there are passive income schemes where you do no work and make big returns with little risk. Unless your money is in a treasury bond or a HYSA, assume there is risk. Keep going, you're gonna hit big soon. Quit cold turkey and never go back. I am 1 year clean and I am in such a better place than I was a year ago. I am much more emotionally stable and I have way more money in my pocket. The key is finding something else that fulfills that thrill of winning money. I channeled my energy towards thrifting. Cold turkey works. Yes. It won't be easy at first, but it gets easier with time because you start to realize the house does always win and you can't outsmart them. Put it in VTI and forget about it for a decade or two. Your future self will thank you. DAMNNNNNNN. Can you imagine what that would have worth if you put it into VT and held until you were 60? That could have been most of your retirement. Remember that when you're 60 and still working. LMFAO. 1. Stop gambling. 2. Hire a financial advisor for a few hours. 3. Listen to their advice until you're smart enough, old enough to make good decisions. Head over to our Boggleheads and learn everything you can. That is after you get help for the gambling addiction. Spend all of it on TLT. Then sell as many ATM 1 year out covered calls as that allows. Then reinvest the option premiums and interest into TLT. Then sell more calls so none of it is naked. Had a friend from high school inherit about that 30 years ago, adjusted for inflation. We all thought he was rich at the time, but he squandered it and fucked his life up. Don't do that. Ever heard of zero DTE options? You'll fit right in. Gamblers Anonymous ASAP. Put the money in a CD. High yield savings account and chill out, man. Or lend some money and collect that interest unless you are Muslim or something. Uranium. Keep going, don't give up. Keep gambling, but look into sports. You got a bankroll, now all you need is information. Get a financial advisor and give all your money to them to manage and forget about it. I use Facet Wealth. 10K isn't such a bad hit for a gambling addiction. You are young enough to see the SP rebound after what may happen in the next 5-10 years and still be a young man. SP 500 would seem like a good place to put that money. Lol, obligatory. Our Wall Street bets. When I think of gambling, I think of my odds of actually winning, and the choice is almost common sense. 1800 gambler. You can make it all back and then some if you bet it all on black at the roulette table. Invest some of that in Bitcoin right now.